I'm here today with Dee, and we're going to be talking about some of the fundamentals in Pilates. Today's lesson is going to be posture from the inside out. So Dee, go ahead and lay all the way down here with your knees bent. And one of the fundamentals we're starting with are pelvic tilts, which are really good for loosening up the low back. So letting the shoulders drop, letting your back sink down towards the mat, and just everything relaxed. Go ahead and press the hip bones back towards the mat and then release. And inhale, really important to use the breath with the motion. Exhale, release. This is a nice one for warming up the low back. One more, inhale and exhale, release. Very good. Now we're going to do the same thing with the lateral motion. So your hip bone comes towards the mat, and as it does, the other side lifts and then comes straight across the center to the other side. This hip bone comes towards the mat and then back to the center. And we're going to try to do this without moving the knees. So this motion is very internal. One more. Nice on the breathing. Good. And back to the center. The next fundamental is called pelvic clocks. So thinking of the belly button, hip bone, pubic bone, and other hip bone as the hands on the clock. So the navel would be 12 o'clock, hip bone is 3, pubic bone 6, other hip bone 9. We're going in a clockwise position. So starting with the navel, reach toward the hip bone, towards the pubic bone, other hip bone, and up to the navel. Again, hip bone, pubic bone, other hip bone, and navel. One more, hip bone, pubic bone, reaching in each direction. And now we'll do a few counterclockwise. So starting at the navel, we'll reach towards the hip bone at 9 o'clock, down to the pubic bone 6 o'clock, over to the other hip bone at 3, and back up and around. And any of these exercises, if you feel a little tighter, you can just do a few more. There's no pattern to how many you can do. It's a wonderful thing to loosen up the low back. That's it. Good on the breathing. Letting the shoulders relax, the back sink towards the mat. And then back to the center. Good job. Okay, now we'll do some bridging, and you'll bring your feet in just a little bit closer towards you. And bridging starts with a pelvic tilt. So you press the hip bones back towards the mat, and then peel up as if you're trying to peel the spine up one vertebra at a time. And then coming back down, tucking the tailbone under so that the upper back comes down before the mid back and low back. That's correct. And press back first, peeling up off of the mat, and slowly curling back down, imprinting the spine. That's what we call it in Pilates. When you come up and down in the same place, you want to imprint. One more. Peeling up, nice. And coming down slowly. Very good. Okay, bringing the feet out just a little bit. Okay, good. And knees apart, about hip distance apart. We're going to practice getting into neutral. So with the hip bones and pubic bone, or with the hands on the hip bone and pubic bone, we're just going to press back and forth until this triangle here is level. So with everyone, this will be a little bit different. Some people have a little more curvature in the spine than others. So for D, go the other direction. That would be neutral right there, where everything is level. So keeping this neutral pelvis, which is the most efficient alignment that the pelvis can be in, we're going to do some head floats. So with the hands behind your head and the elbows wide, we're going to exhale and curl up. So the idea is that the pelvis doesn't change. You're just pulling the navel to the spine, and the pelvis still stays level. And then lower down slowly. That's it. Good job keeping your shoulders relaxed. Exhale, curl up, 2, 3, 4, and lower. And this is a wonderful exercise because your back is supported the whole time. And exhale, up, 2, 3, 4, and lower. Good. Okay, moving on to dipping the feet in the pool. The hands are to the sides on this one, bringing the legs up to tabletop at a 90-degree angle, And then what we're going to do is slowly bring the feet towards the floor, right about there, and then exhale, sink the belly in. It's the same motion as the head float as far as the breathing and pulling everything in and up. Take a breath here, and exhale, float the legs back up. Nice. So ideally, the legs are relaxed, you're just using the core muscles. And one more, exhale. Nice job. And feet on the mat. Very nice. And we're going to come up to seated here and do some partial roll downs. So a couple of versions. If you're a beginner or you have some back issues, it would be best to start with the knees bent and just letting the shoulders relax. It's starting again with the pelvic tilt. Everything starts in the lower back. So we're going to slowly start to curl down, shoulders drop right there, and then exhale back up. So you can see that Dee's doing a nice job keeping the shoulders down, and when that happens, the abs have to kick in and work. So very nice, and exhale back up. One more, plus you can see the advantage of getting the back stretched on this one. And exhale, nice. Okay, and extending the legs out. This time we'll do some with the legs extended. If you're stronger, you have good core strength, you can do this one with the legs extended. Same motion, you're starting with a pelvic tilt, curling back, right to there. Exhale, everything pulls in and up, and you come up to a nice tall position. And one more, inhale. And exhale, nice. Okay, and we're going to end with a spine stretch. So the left leg crosses over the right, sitting tall, and then the right arm comes over, and we're going to sit tall, take a breath, exhale, and see if you can rotate without slumping down. You want to try to keep the spine nice and elongated. One more, take a breath, pressing into your leg, and exhale, twist a little more. Good job. And back to the center, switching sides. Even sitting tall for a lot of people is a challenge, so this is wonderful core work. Take a breath, exhale, and see if you can rotate a little more. Even if you get an inch or two, you're making progress. And one more. That's it. Exhale, twist, and then back to the center. And so those are some fundamentals with Pilates. Thank you for joining us, and please give me a call if I can help you with any information. Thank you and have a great day.